Some players arrive with a bang, others arrive with a smile. Rodrygo didn't shout his name into history, he whispered it. With late goals, quiet joy, and arm raised to the skies of the Bernabeu. He never needed the spotlight, but now it looks like the spotlight has forgotten him. This is the story of Rodrygo, a boy who gave Madrid his heart and might never get the applause he deserves. He was just a kid from Moscow. In Brazil, they don't just teach football, they pass it down from feet to feet, from father to son. It lives in the dust, it lives in the streets, it lives in the joy of a child running barefoot. At Santos, they saw it early, the elegance, the brilliance, the smile. He wasn't flashy like Neymar, he didn't fly like Vinny, but Rodrygo glided. And when he glided, defenders panicked. At 17, he was already enchanting Brazil. By 18, he had Madrid's eyes locked on him. 45 million, 18 years old, a white shirt waiting for a new story. It wasn't just a contract, it was a dream printed in ink, a chance to go from the beach to the Bernabeu. At Santos, he was a rising star. At Madrid, he would become a man. Rodrygo didn't burst into Spain like a superstar, he arrived like fog. Quiet, calm, but suddenly, everywhere. His first season, a hat-trick in the Champions League. Galatasaray learned his name the hard way. He didn't scream, he bowed his head, he thanked God. The Bernabeu took notice, not with banners but with silence. The kind of silence reserved for something pure. Because when something is truly beautiful, you don't cheer, you watch, you feel. That night, Rodrygo reminded Madrid what joy looked like, and how easy it was to forget joy when winning becomes expected. His dribbles weren't loud, they were graceful, like he was painting, and football was his canvas. And then, in May 2022, Manchester City, 89th minute. Everyone remembers what happened, but let's remember it right. Rodrygo wasn't supposed to be the hero. He was a sub, a late change. But as the minutes bled out, he became something else. One cross, one goal. The Bernabeu gasped. Then, another. 91st minute. Rodrygo didn't just save the game, he brought Madrid back from the dead. That moment became legend, and Rodrygo, he became inevitable. He didn't just touch history, he became part of it. Most players dream of one iconic night like that. Rodrygo kept delivering them. He scored with both legs against Chelsea. He won the Copa del Rey by himself. He assisted, created, pressed, tracked back. He wasn't chasing fame, he was chasing the next game. He became the player you turn to when everything else has failed. The one you call when the lights go out. When others were walking, Rodrygo was running. When others were shouting, he was listening. Always listening. And somehow, even after 170 matches, he's still chasing recognition. Because Madrid's spotlight moves fast, and sometimes it forgets. Rodrygo has been everything Madrid asked him to be. A winger, a striker, a false nine, a backup, a savior. He did it all and never complained. When Benzema rested, he stepped in. When Vinicius needed space, he shifted wide. He played with his back to goal. He chased fullbacks. He tracked midfielders. He sacrificed. He did it all with one look, the look of someone proud to wear the badge. But because he doesn't dance or roar, people missed it. That's the tragedy of quiet greatness. It's often seen last. Rodrygo has never been Madrid's loudest player, but it might have been its loyal echo. Now the shadows are growing. Brahim, Vinny, Mbappe, Endrick, and now Gonzalo Garcia. The path to the starting 11 is crowded, and Rodrygo is fading. Not because he's worse, not because he failed, but because Madrid, in its obsession with what's next, often forgets who got us here. And that hurts because Rodrygo never took, he gave. His joy, his loyalty, his youth, all poured into the shirt. He was the builder of moments, but in a city of statues, he remains a shadow. What more could he do? What else could he prove? Let the record show, Rodrygo won it all, not from the bench, from the battlefield. 2 Champions League, 3 La Ligas, 1 Copa del Rey, 2 UEFA Super Cups, 3 Spanish Super Cups, 1 Club World Cup, 13 trophies, 60 direct goal contributions, and yet no golden boot, no award ceremonies, no fanfare, but trophies, moments, nights we'll never forget, those belong to him. Rodrygo is not a promise, he's proof. A living reminder that numbers lie, but moments never do. Galatasaray, a perfect hat-trick. City, a double in 90 seconds. Chelsea, the calm executioner. Osasuna, 2 goals in the Copa del Rey final. He has scored in Clásicos, he has scored in derbies, he has scored when the world wasn't watching, and when the world couldn't look away. And still he smiles, still he claps, still he hopes. And when the story of the era is told, when they speak of the 14th and 15th, the night Madrid refused to die, Rodrygo will be there, quiet in the corner of history smiling. And now we wait because the future isn't clear. Will he stay? Will he fight for the place in a team full of stars? Or will he go to find his own stage where the lights can shine just for him? There are whispers. England, Italy, somewhere new, somewhere bold. And maybe that's what he needs. Not to be a part of a galaxy, but to be his own son. To lead, to create, to finally feel what it means to be trusted, not just admired. And if he leaves, it won't be a failure, it won't be exile, it will be an evolution. A new chapter for a player who never closed the last one. Because Rodrygo is more than potential, he is poetry in motion. And poetry deserves to be read aloud. And yet, a part of him will always belong to Madrid. No matter where he plays, you'll see it. In the way he moves, in the way he lifts his head before a shot, in the way he smiles after a goal. Madrid shaped him, tested him. Madrid turned a boy into a player the world now admires. If he stays, he will fight, he will adjust, shift and sacrifice, like he always has. And if he leaves, he will do so with grace, with dignity, with the love of a fan base that never fully saw him, but will never forget him. Because some players are remembered for the noise they made, Rodrygo will be remembered for the silence he filled. The kid who made us smile, the kid who made us believe again, the kid who defied odds and made that 1% a reality. If this is goodbye, let it be with respect, because Rodrygo gave Madrid his heart, his smile. And I know he'll shine, even if it's somewhere else. Maybe not under the Bernabeu lights, but wherever it is, we'll be watching.